I think we're live.
We're live? Awesome.
Hey, Lexi, can you turn the water off in there? Okay. Hey,
Nice.
guys, I think we're live.
Yeah,
Are we live?
so we're live, and as you see,
Hey,
you know, we're
I
at our
appreciate
dining
you
room
giving
table.
me this space down here with the piles I have to work.
Nice.
I have no space. I need something. No, that's right. I'm a pro
we're doing,
folder.
yeah, what?
I don't need a place.
You're a pro folder, then I will totally step back and let you take over.
I'm a horrible folder. I need a flat spot to lay my stuff. And you gave me the pile in.
Okay, so this is just like, we had stuff that, laundry that was on our dining room table that we needed to fold, and we needed to do this video, we wanted to do this video, we needed to do this video. So
It's
we
like,
said,
how do you get everything done, man? So many things.
Multitasking is a myth, but we're going to do this.
We're going to go for it, right? Multitasking, I actually hate the concept. It's not even real. So if I pause for a moment to fold, it's because my brain can only do... I'm honest, man. My brain can only do one thing at a time.
Baby, we got this.
My wife, hey, you just threw that in my underwear pile.
Yeah, but it's in the right pile. It's in your pile for you to put away.
Woman.
Okay, so what are we talking about tonight?
What are we talking about?
Do you
What are we
remember?
talking about? I do remember.
Okay, yeah, actually,
First
so it did happen with me.
What?
So today, I was at school, and I lost my keys. Be quiet. Don't even start.
She lost her keys.
Shut up. Anyway.
I've never, 26 and a half years, I've never heard that, guys. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to hit you now. Okay, so I lost my keys, and I've actually gotten better about keeping up with my keys. Be quiet. But what had happened is Chip was he was supposed to be not at the school today. He was supposed to be doing some other stuff, getting caught up on other things, and so he was supposed to be doing that, and I was supposed to be at the school.
She says supposed to as if I was not.
Yeah,
I was doing that.
Yeah, no, okay, well, but I drive up.
English, the way we talk is important.
And he's there. He's at the school, and I'm like, what is he doing? So I walk right on through, and I walk right past, and I don't put my keys in the usual spot, because I have a usual spot that I put my keys. And so
I just hope God does not strike the liar in the room with lightning, because we're standing close. She's gonna get hit, and I'm gonna catch the what do you call it? Friendly fire.
Whatever.
When did you start putting your things in the same place twice?
So like for a week now.
Right.
Anyway, so I put my stuff in this one spot, and I go to get it after class ends, and then I'm like, okay, I can't find my keys. Where are my keys? Chip's messaging me. He's like, I've got to be somewhere at 6:30. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. As soon as I find my keys. So I can't find my keys. Don't know where I put them. And I actually walked through, and I was like, hey guys, did y'all happen to see where I put my keys? Because I can't. My routine was off. I didn't go through the right door.
It was my fault because she saw me.
And that's exact. And I said, pretty much. And I was joking. And I
feel
said,
like I had
pretty
that
much
effect on
it's
people,
Chip's
though.
fault. And I thought, okay, so I'm totally joking this time. But there have been times in our marriage that something dumb like losing my keys has been a challenge, and I've totally blamed it on him. I mean, like, totally said, oh yeah, you've done it too. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, it's totally his fault that I just lost my keys instead of going, I lost my keys. It's like it's all your fault because I saw you parked up there and you were there, and then I parked somewhere else and it's your fault. And how many times do we do that? We do something that really and truly is totally our fault, but then and we break a routine or do something out of the norm and lose something, forget something, are late on something,
But yet it's someone else's fault.
Somebody else's fault. And it's, in a marriage, it's his fault. And then that can open up a whole...
Can I ask you a question? Did you wash these?
No, those were clean.
Because my pocket knife and my belt are still in these.
Nice. Those were on the dryer. So just fold those up. They're good.
I'm going to fold them as if they're clean. Awesome. And the show goes on.
Shut up.
Nice.
As the dogs are wrestling in the background.
All right, guys.
Hashtag real life.
So the point is, it's really easy to Folding clothes like a champ. That's right, baby. That's the next training video series we're coming out with, right?
Because he doesn't do it right. I have to go back and redo it. Raise your hand if you go back and redo the dishwasher. Reload it after it's loaded because it's not quite right. Okay,
the dishwasher. We're talking about washing clothes.
Well, yeah, dishwasher,
clothes.
washing clothes. You know, we redo it all.
So, guys, so how easy is it to get a little sidetracked by something that's a little out of the norm?
Yeah.
Lose something, misplace something, forget to do something, and then all of a sudden, it's the other person that distracted you's fault. I think in our marriages, we do that stuff a lot.
Oh, yeah, and then you're just like hot and mad at them whenever it's
gosh darn it, I can't believe that they were standing there and distracted me.
If it hadn't been for them moving my keys and putting them in the wrong spot, then I would have not be late to work today.
Or how about this one?
It doesn't have to do with the fact that you woke up 10 minutes late.
How about this one? I'm right in the middle of like writing on a blog, or I'm putting together class plans for the next black belt testing, and I'm really deep, and I'm flowing, man, I'm flowing, and all of a sudden I hear, Chip, yes, get in here. I need you to look at this bowl I just washed. And I think, oh my Lord.
Right now.
And internally, it's easy to get mad and be like, what are you doing distracting me from my flow, man? I was in the go. But you know, here's the thought for you. Here's the thought. If they're willing to call you and not bother, but just call you and say, hey, come look at this, you know what that means? It's important to them. And who's the most important person in your life? For me, number one is God. Number two is her. And so if she's calling me, and I am so guilty of going, leave me alone, I'm busy. I'm so in the zone, man. But I need to pause and realize, and this can happen with our kids. It happens to us all the time. But we got to remember, it's not their fault.
Yeah.
And if it's important to them and they call you, there's a reason for that. Take a moment, take a breath, and just think, how silly is it for me to be upset at them and blame them? Like today, I can't believe she was mad at me for losing her keys. I mean, I can't help it that I'm good looking and distract her.
I was joking today.
I can't help it that I'm good looking and distract you.
Oh, whatever.
God, I mean, jeez, that's awesome, right? And then she's mad because she lost her keys. No, but anyway, it's kind of silly, but the point is we got to be really careful with that. And another thing to think about is, are you constantly having to apologize? In other words, are you constantly saying and doing things? Are you the kind of person, and this can be in friendships, any kind of relationship, business partner, whatever, marriage, you know, you just kind of run them over and turn around and go, oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
And expect forgiveness, and then you do it again, oh, I'm sorry, and expect forgiveness. You know, at some point, I think, and this was brought to my attention by a great friend of mine, an awesome guy, actually a mentor of mine. He said, you know, if people live their life apologizing all the time, I think they need to reevaluate their behavior and who they are.
Absolutely.
There needs to be a reevaluation.
You're having to constantly, you know, it is good that you're catching yourself. That is a good thing. But, you know, the first time that you apologize for something, it is truly a mistake. Whenever you're continually having to apologize for that, that has become a choice. You know, it's like whenever you're apologizing for, you know, at one time it's a mistake. After that, you know what you're doing. You're just assuming that, oh, you love me, you'll forgive me, and there's, you know, that's not cool.
Yeah, when we begin to make that assumption, we begin to create, in a way, we begin to create bitterness.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, so, you know, we've got to be cognizant, reflective, think about who we are, where we're at in the relationship. We got to really make efforts to see their perspective, to see our partner's perspective, and make sure that, you know, like I said, whenever they call you in the middle of that flow, don't be upset with them. And, you know, there's a reason.
Whenever you wake up late and you can't find your keys because somebody moved your keys, but you woke up late anyway, don't blame them because they moved your keys.
So there are two things happening right there. She's hot about this topic because I do this all the time. I walk downstairs and go, where are my keys? Because I always put my keys in the same place. She snorts. That's why I love this West Texas girl, man. So she's wanted to do this. Now I'm realizing, and by the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, but she manipulated me into folding laundry.
Why are you laying on the clothes?
Oh, sorry. I want these people to know that I have been officially manipulated. into doing the laundry that I
now
sometimes help with.
No, I just have video proof. It's on the internet. It's there forever that you know how to do
the laundry. All right, guys. So just kind of being a little fun tonight. We are seriously, a couple things. Life is busy.
That's right.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Make your commitments happen. Be consistent. Be persistent, and get it done.
And don't look. We all do dumb things. We all can't find our keys. Whatever it is that you fit in the can't find your keys category. Don't blame it on the other person for you not being able to find your keys. Own it. Just because whenever you blame it on each other, you're not solving any problem. Even if blaming it on the other person.
If she did move my stuff and I find myself upset about it, why did she move it? She was just trying to make our house better, trying to make things better. In her eyes, she was trying to contribute. I should be mad about that. I'm in the middle of something and I'm in the groove again, and she hollers at me, "Hey, come look at the picture that Trinity drew tonight." And I kind of go, "Oh, I could look at that later. I'm flowing so good." That picture means the world to her, but Trinity too. So, take a breath, and why do we get upset about that? And then lastly, don't take your relationship for granted to the point that you're constantly saying things that are kind of mean, cutting, edgy, and then having to come back and say, "I'm sorry."
I was listening to a book today, and it was talking about, and this is, pretty you hear stuff like this and you kind of go, "Oh yeah, but." So don't, "Oh yeah, but this." So I was listening to a book today, and it was talking about this, getting the phone call. And the phone call was your cousin, it was your cousin, and it was a cousin that was very close to this person. Your cousin has died. And the cousin's older brother, the last thing that he had said to his little brother that had just died in a car wreck was not something nice. It was like a poke at him about making a mistake. The younger brother had made a mistake, and it wasn't even really something that big, that was really that big of a deal. But the older brother made this cutting poke to him, and he was like, "That was the last thing that I said to him." And think about if the thing that I just said to you is the last thing that they're going to remember hearing out of my mouth. Wow, is it? Dang it! I can't find my keys. It's all your fault. Is that really? Is
it really worth it? Right?
No, it's real. No.
You have 3 kind of common touch points with your spouse every day. It's, in the morning when you separate from each other to go to work or do your jobs. It's in the afternoon when you reunite or come back together. And another one is, when you go to bed. When you go to bed, you say goodnight, you have time. So 3 touch points. Have intentional effort on making those moments special and leaving the last thought on a positive, on a high. Not, "I'm mad at you for moving my keys," or you move my hat, or whatever it is.
I mean, you think about some of the stuff that we get mad at each other over and we blame on each other is so dumb.
Not to mention, if you got a hat to be mad about, you should be glad because there are people in this world that don't have water to drink. You know what I mean? So just kind of silly, the things that we take for granted. So anyway, guys, having fun tonight, getting the laundry done. By the way, she coerced me into some laundry duty.
And it's done.
Nice. But you guys, go out there, be married like a champ. Put a ton of effort into your relationship. If you're apologizing all the time, maybe just kind of step back and evaluate, what am I doing to cause that? If it's repetitive behavior, why am I having to do that? And apologizing is not bad. It's just if it's over and over for the same thing, that kind of becomes an issue. And remember, if your spouse, family, kids, even a partner, a business partner calls you up and kind of distracts you out of the zone, it's important to them. Pause, take a breath, and understand. Give them the respect of giving them a little time and appreciating what they're showing you're doing for you. So, with that said, guys, you'll have a great night. We love you guys. I have a Bible verse for you that I want to close out with tonight. Marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept pure. For God will judge the adulterer and the sexually immoral. Keep your lives free from the love of money, and be content with what you have, because God has said, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." That's Hebrews 13:4-5. So, keep your marriage, God in the forefront, but your marriage at the forefront as well. And, you know, keep that marriage sacred, keep it pure, and keep it together, guys. Just go work hard at it. We love you guys. Comment, let us know where you're checking in from. Like it, share it, and go have a good night while I, now that I folded it, guess what I'm fixing to have to do?
Put it away.
Put it away. Y'all have a good night, guys.
Because it's not staying on my dining room table. It's got to be pretty for the 3 times a year we use it.
She should be glad I didn't show you the sensible cotton briefs.